we have an explanation on what happened to Heather Gay and who gave her the infamous black eye. Now, Jen Shah is slamming Andy Cohen, not Heather Gay, over the black eye revelation and says the show can't live without me. Now, let's hear what she had to say and whether or not we actually believe her. So, this is according to. Oh, one sec, guys. Let me grab it real quick. This is according to page 6. Jen Shah slams, quote, butthurt Andy Cohen. Jen Shah has slammed Heather Gay's allegation that she gave her the now infamous black eye and is calling out Bravo for not providing footage of the alleged attack. Bravo, if I punched Heather in the eye, you guys would have footage to prove it. She began her Instagram story statement that was pinned from prison late Tuesday. Apparently, you can tweet and Instagram and email and text from prison. Prison's pretty savvy these days. Anyway, it's clear the show can't live without me since I was brought up at the beginning, middle, and end of season 4. The former Real Housewives of Salt Lake City star, who's 50, said, blasting Andy Cohen. Claiming he's still, quote, butthurt, she didn't sit down with him for a one-on-one interview following her conviction for fraud. Why would you sit down with someone who gave another cast member a black eye? Next story. A source close to Bravo tells Page 6 that the network doesn't have footage of the alleged altercation. Reps for Bravo and Cohen didn't immediately return Page 6's request for comment. Heather claimed during the reality show's season 4 finale that she felt she had to lie to protect Shah, and even covered up the fact that the convicted felon allegedly gave her the injury. And the pain that we went through and the way that we were tormented and tortured, I ate crap every day for her, Gay recalled during the episode. I felt like I had to lie to protect her. I did whatever it took. I went on a book tour and defended her and took crap for the fact that she gave me a black eye. Newcomer Monica Garcia, however, remained unimpressed by Gay's shocking revelation. I'm glad you finally told the truth for once, so good for you, she quipped before leaving the gathering at Gay's request. Girl was kicked out. Jen is serving more than 5 years at the Bryan Federal Prison Camp in Texas for her role in a telemarketing scheme that targeted the elderly. She is set to be released August 30th of 2028. The former Bravo celebrity has made the best of her time in prison, having become good pals with fellow fraudster Elizabeth Holmes, and spending her time writing a play titled The Real Housewives of Bryan with her fellow inmates. I guess that's like Real Housewives meets Orange is the New Black. I don't know. Sounds like a good one to me. Now, this is the thing. This is the thing. Do I think Jen gave Heather the black eye? Yes, because that seemed obvious from jump. People had all these weird conspiracy theories. And trust me, I'm not judging a conspiracy theory because I love a conspiracy theory. I don't believe in coincidence. I only believe in conspiracy. So I love a good conspiracy theory, but only when they make sense. Other people were like, oh, she doesn't want to say it was, a botched beauty lab job. It was botched Botox in her eye. And I don't think so. They were on, what do you call it? They were on vacation. When did she get the Botox? That didn't make any sense. Then it was, oh, she ran into a drawer or a thing. And because Bravo didn't have insurance, they didn't want her to say anything. That didn't make any sense. And I'm pretty sure legally Bravo would have to have insurance while they are filming. All sets have to be insured. Even like a independent short film, you have to have set insurance or else you get a lot of trouble. So that didn't make any sense. People were like, oh, Jen and Heather were scissor sisters and it was a sexual act. No, I don't think it was any of that. I think they were just wasted. And either Heather said something or somebody said something. Jen was probably blackout drunk, got triggered by something, and got aggressive and violent. or they were just all super drunk, something ensued, and Jen caused her black eye. Whether it was an actual punch or they were just being drunk and playful and it got a little rowdy. That's what I think happened, because that makes the most logical sense. They were wasted. They got too drunk. And so a lot of times when people are too drunk, they tend to get violent, especially if they're very angry people. And it popped off from there. And I think the reason why Heather didn't say it was Jen was because Jen was in the middle of her legal battles. And so then to tack on that Jen caused her physical harm probably wouldn't go so well with the prosecution. So Heather kept quiet to protect Jen, Coach Shah, and the kids, and for Heather to. And the reason why I don't feel bad for Heather is because I feel bad that she got hurt, obviously. But the reason why I don't feel bad that she lied to protect Jen is because there comes a point in time where if you get off being a martyr and being codependent and being a people pleaser and eating crap for other people, that's on you. When you get off on being a universal perpetual victim, that's on you. And it's exhausting when grown people keep acting like they don't have their own agency. And if you don't have your own agency, get some help. Work on your self-esteem. Work on your self-love. Work on some freaking self-respect. So I'm not even mad at Jen with this one. Do I think Jen is lying? Hell yeah. Do I think she clocked Heather? Yes. I think they were just wasted and something popped off and she got hit because that makes the most sense. But am I like, oh my God, Heather, you're such a trooper? No, because there comes a point where your personality can't be, I'm a codependent punching bag. I'm a codependent, low self-esteem, no self-esteem having doormat. That is an identity that you are choosing to have because it serves you on some level. You don't have to take responsibility for yourself and your own actions. If this was an isolated situation with Heather, I would have a lot more compassion. If it was a situation where it was like, I felt I had no choice, but this is literally Heather's personality. She talks about it all the time. Super self-deprecating, all this stuff. Lisa, please like me. No men like me. Jen, please like me. Somebody notice me. And it's just, it's exhausting. It's exhausting and it's not cute. So do I believe Heather? Yes. Do I believe Jen? No. Do I feel bad for Heather? I feel bad she got hurt, but I don't feel bad that she took the L for Jen, because you got to start to stand up for yourself at some point. Now, the whole thing with Andy Cohen. Andy Cohen needs to retire from being the host of The Housewives. That's not a question. That's a statement. Okay? That's a statement. The reason why I think Jen didn't sit down with Andy was because she thought she could monetize her one-on-one interview more. Like she thought that her interview, breaking her silence, was more than what it was. That's what, remember they tried to do that website and like give your email address and you got to pay almost like their own, like, I don't know, like makeshift Patreon that they were trying to do. I don't know who on this planet would trust Jen Shah and Coach Shah with their email after everything happened. I wouldn't trust them with the time of day. Really, I wouldn't. Especially Coach Shah, because he's guilty as hell, in my personal opinion. And I just think he got away with it, in my personal opinion. But yeah, of course, Andy would sit down with someone who punched or attacked another co-star. Have you heard of Bravo? He basically made Teresa Giudice an icon. I don't think she is an icon for flipping tables. He called Brandy a puppy when she slapped Lisa Vanderpump across her face. So yeah, I don't think he would have a problem doing a sit down with you if you assaulted one of your co-stars, because I don't really think there is a single Bravo show where there hasn't been some level of violence, whether it's sexual violence, emotional violence, physical violence, even financial violence, with all the fraud and the scheming and the stealing going on. Every single Bravo show has multiple of those things baked into it at one time or another. He probably would want to sit down with you even more if he knew you were the one who popped Heather in her face. Because that's how they roll. That's how they work. They feed off of the drama. They feed off of the dysfunction. They feed off of the abuse. So yeah, he would happily sit down with you. Happily. They paused an entire season of New Jersey when Teresa went to federal prison. They gave Portia spin-offs when Portia has been one of the most violent people on television we've ever seen. Portia has fought at least 3 or 4 people on camera, including her own the grandmother of her daughter, Dennis's elderly mother. Portia was trying to fight her. And Portia got a spin-off show. Actually, on the spin-off show, Portia was trying to fight the grandmother of her child. And prior to that, Portia had fought so many people. She got kicked by Cynthia because Cynthia was defending herself. She dragged Kenya at the reunion. She fought some other PR person in an alley. Portia's extremely violent, and they gave her a spinoff. So I don't think there's anything behind like, oh, I did something violent to my co-star. Why would you want to sit down with me, Bravo? It's like, why wouldn't they? That's literally their MO. So there's that. So I want to know what you guys think. Put it down below. You know, who do you believe? Do you believe Heather? Do you believe Jen? And what about Andy Cohen over here, not knowing pretty much anything that's going on? But before you do that, go ahead and like, subscribe, and share. So now let's move on to, let me see here. Let me make sure I played all the videos I have for you guys. I'm not sure I did. All right, let's do the Ozempic story. Okay, let me find it for you guys. Because I want to know what you think. Do you think she's on Ozempic? Or do you think she's just depressed as she's claiming to be? Who knows? Who knows? One second, guys. It's loading. Ooh, one sec. Go ahead and like the video while I try and get this to load. All right, I'll just have to pull it up. 1 second. All right. So Real Housewives